Western Spring Television, ours it is.
Good morning, Nigeria. Thank you for joining us again on Morning Spring for today. And this is surely the midweek edition. Femi Ojo is my name. This is where we talk about everything that has to do with the betterment of this great nation for Nigeria. We look at headlines and then we get talking about various issues. And this is exactly what we are going to do here today on Western Spring Television, channel 190 Star Times TTT, where we say it exactly the way it is. Good morning, Evelyn.
Good morning, Femi. How do you do today?
How do you do too?
Good morning, people. It's another beautiful day to be alive. It is Wednesday. Welcome on board to the midweek installment of Morning Spring. We are here to serve you the headlines as reported on different national dailies, have conversation, from those particular headlines. And of course, talk to critical issues that affect us as a people, helping you have a wider and broader perspective so that you can make informed choices and be abreast of the situation. Thank you once again for joining us.
All right. Before we go to the headline segment, a brief recap of what has happened. And I must tell you, it's been a rivers of turmoil. Rivers. It was like a river of drama before, but now it's more than just mere drama, Evelyn. It's more like turmoil there. Fatality, really, because we learned with the issues of the local government, the tenure of the local government chairmen that were there, that we learned, got exhausted. Yeah, came to an end, and we learned they were seeking tenure extension as well, different court rulings, different court judgments, and then the involvement of non-state actors in these issues. We learned it has, took the life, has taken the life of two individuals, one policeman and one vigilante, personnel, which is very terrible just because of power play. You all know where this is coming from. Pro-Wike chairman, we have the pro-Fubara camp as well. And the governor went ahead to convey emergency security meeting yesterday, told them what he wanted, what he has been seeing, and spoke for himself and his supporter as well. In all of this, sadly, 2 persons have lost their lives.
It cannot be reclaimed back.
Never.
It's a sad situation, as you have said, Femi. And this power play started since last year in Rivers State. First, it was for the seat of the governorship, even after the people voted. Siminala Ifebara, we've had his position as the governor of the state being challenged, especially by the loyalists and supporters of former governor Wike, and now it is the local government seat. I mean, it just shows that we do not have a working system. If the tenure of the chairman expired, if we have a system that already is in place as to what happens after a tenure expires, I mean, there will not be need for this needless battle and for the needless death that we have there. It's a sad situation, but then we will keep our eyes on Rivers State to know what developments come from that particular state, and we bring it to you so that you can also be informed. We'll go for this breather. When we return, we'll look at the headlines. The papers are in. Do not go anywhere. We'll be right back.
All right, you're welcome back, and we head straight to the papers. I will be starting from The Guardian. The Guardian is paper, and eventually it has, boldly written, Rivers in turmoil as Fubara pro-Wike factions battle for LGAs. Rivers in turmoil as Fubara pro-Wike factions battle for local government areas. And of course, you see the pictures of the image, rather, of some of these big wigs there. The president, the governor himself, Sim Fubara, the former governor, is now the FCT minister, yes, and Wike, the Inspector General of Police, Howdy Egbetokwan, and of course, the CJN, Olukayate, Ariwola there, because there are constitutional dimensions as well to these issues, the security dimension as well, possibly leadership being sought from the president on this matter. But just like Evelyn said earlier, our institutions must be working and must be independent as well. Moving on, Nigeria in a race against time as fresh cholera outbreak kills 30 in 30 states. That is a lot, and that is bad as well. You have the Commissioner of Health in Lagos State, his picture, and other gentlemen there, including that of Ali Party, the Minister of Health in Nigeria. Moving on, Abuja CCTV project. More questions than answers for $460 million contract 14 years after. News analysis, page 5, start. Where are the CCTVs in Abuja? For Tinubu's economic policies to achieve desired result, that's on the editorial page 12. And report 300 Nigerian millionaires may migrate in 2024. 300 Nigerian millionaires may migrate in 2024. You want to ask yourself, migrate into where? You know, to what cadre? Again, the news page 4 has that. And in Kano Emirates Law, Kano Emirates Law, Assembly leaves proceedings for appeal court. Assembly leaves proceedings for appeal court. And Oshun 2026, APC, PDP trade words over use of diabolical means to win voter support. Ocean 2026, APC, PDP trade words over use of diabolical means to win voter support. Really? All right, interesting to know either it's for or against, you know, that assumption or the allegations of any of the party using diabolical means to woo supporters. How far can any diabolical means go? You know, when people are hungry, when they are angry, you've not really done enough, or you are doing enough. Okay, interesting. You know, when politics is involved, interesting things are not far off. Yeah,
all sorts.
This could go for, you know, this kind of content should give Sabinus and Basket Mouth a run for their money. Talking about humorous content. But then, NAFDAC says cooked food in fridge beyond 3 days harmful. NAFDAC says cooked food in fridge beyond 3 days harmful. Okay, what's the fate of bachelors right now? All right, but then health is wealth and health over everything. At this point, I like to bring in the married man. He's no more a bachelor for years now. So it might not end up eating cooked food that has been in refrigerator for days. Lade Jalabi, good morning. Good to have you.
Good morning.
Yeah, good morning to you, Femi.
And it's good to know that you have escaped this particular sector.
Well, nobody have escaped it in reality,
Right,
because you still have
circumstances might put
you must always want to keep something inside the fridge.
So cooked food after 3 days, NAFDAC is saying it's normal.
I think NAFDAC is an agency that deals with all these things, and I know they would have done their research to know the harmful effect of this. So for Nigeria, but
then we need details. There might be waivers and caveats.
But on the flip side of that, also Nigerians, they will ask the question: where is the money to cook every 3 days, every 2 days? People manage whatever they have.
All right.
As a matter of fact, a lot of people eat soup of 1 week. So how do you want them to cope? In reality, they cannot go to market, buy pepper every now and then.
But then it has to do with whatever has to do with health should be prioritized. But then,
Femi, if you want to
whoever is interested, no, what I'm saying is this: this is just an headline.
I know
the detail will be there.
What I'm saying is, it's good that NAFDAC is saying this, but in reality, can people afford to do it?
That's another question. But let's speak about other things. Rivers in turmoil as Fubara pro-Wike factions battle for local government areas. It seems, and it is not even seeming right now, that is the situation of things, like that the instruments of the state, the institutions of the state, tiers of government are being turned to, what is up for grabs by political bigots.
Well, the events coming out of Rivers State for the past few months now has really not been encouraging. I remember the issue of yesterday started about 3-4 weeks ago when one of the local government chairmen, who is loyal to former Governor Nyesom Wike, said he even called the current governor a fool. He said on the 20th or whatever of this month, if he dares come to his local government, he go collect. Now, to me, irrespective of the battle you guys have been having, he is the sitting governor. At least accord him that respect, even if you are older than him in age. You guys rallied around him. You guys knew how he did the abracadabra. You know how you work for whichever party you work for during election. He is currently the governor. If at all you guys don't agree anything with him, 4 years is around the corner. And politicians, they already start permutations for who will be the governor next time. So why don't you just wait instead of you ridiculing the seats, of the governor? And yesterday the event turned out to be bloody because you've just reported that 2 persons lost their life. Initially, there was a counter report that nobody lost their life, but I know from every, of issues like this, that because I saw videos of, some of the local governments, some of the big local governments in Rivers State where non-state, as a matter of fact, I saw some of their militants from the Creek who are already out and they are saying, no, we are in support of the governor, Wike should go, Wike should do all this. I think in the interest of the state, both, gladiators should just do the needful, and most especially Nyesom Wike. You see, I will always, because he is the former governor and he is currently the FCT minister, allow, if at all, he has already said it, that he made a mistake by making Fubara the governor. Do you understand? And if you felt you have made a mistake, if truly what we are practicing is democracy, nothing stops you from saying, okay, so we are not voting for you for a second
Next
time.
time. We'll
wait. But now, it's not the wish. A lot of Nigerians are not at par with the president. That's the reality. But they cannot do anything for now.
Yeah.
They wait till 2027. So why do you want to remove this guy at all costs? Let him be. After the...
This is even about power grabbing.
Of course, yes.
That has to do with local government. This is a tier of government.
Femi, it is a tier of government that is stinkingly rich. That these people, have said it times without number, many of governors in Nigeria live on local government funds.
All right.
Many of them.
It's a lot.
They want to control the resources of the local government. That's why you see many of them don't conduct elections.
All right.
They only put their guys there, give them a particular amount of money, and that's just it.
It's a sad development coming from Rivers State, the treasure base of the nation. That will be up on the front page of The Guardian.
All right, from the Guardian newspaper, we head on to the Vanguard at this time. On the Vanguard newspaper, boldly written this Wednesday morning, Nigerians not alone in poverty. Atiku LP tackle Tinubu. Tinubu warns against rail tracks vandalism, stealing of electric cables. You are elected to reduce poverty, not amplify it. This is coming from the Labour Party. And stop making excuses for inflicting multidimensional poverty on Nigerians. Former Vice President Alhaji Atiku is speaking there. And you can get that story on page 5 of the Vanguard newspaper this morning. And resident doctors beg for more physicians at General Hospital in Lorry. It's on page 38, and I think this is also a call for physicians and even specialists in hospitals, general hospitals all across the country. People really are having a hard time to get adequate treatment from these physicians because it seems like we have lesser number of physicians, doctors at this time. Airs Olden celebrate impacts, convenes annual director summit, and mayhem in Rivers as Wike Fubara feud spills to LGHQs with the riders. Chase out ex-council bus, pull down Wike's statue. billboards. Godfatherism must end in Rivers. This is coming from E.K. Clark, Edwin Clark there. And Rivers Security Council meets. You can see the governor there meeting with the state director of the DSS and also some other security apparatus leaders there, the NCDC, the JTF, and others there, because it seems Rivers right now has become the focus for turmoil in the country. Away from that, top strip now of the Vanguard newspaper, NUPRC adds 17 new blocks to 2024 all bid round. How Lagos police rescued kidnapped Fuani MD, 4 others in midnight raid. Uniben graduate beaten, raped to death in Edo. That's a sad one. Yesterday we read the news of 4-year student who raped a fellow man, and right now we're hearing of another one, a Uniben graduate. This person already graduated, beaten, raped to death in Edo. We don't even know the gender now. I do not want to assume the gender, because we are seeing some despicable act by some people where men are being raped at this time. Away from that cholera, some Lagos schools may not resume from break. This is coming from the commissioner in the state. Let's just move to the talking point. Ladiji, let's talk about, statements by Mr. President in that video yesterday where he was, asked some questions on Nigeria and the entity called Nigeria, and also some issues affecting the nation. Mr. President said a whole lot yesterday. He talked about our value system, saying that our country is not the only country in poverty. We should sacrifice, calm down, people stealing electric cables, railway rails, and all of that. And we have seen the opposition come out to tackle Mr. President as usual. Let me get your impression of what Mr. President said.
Well, I'm not impressed. Because if we talk about people stealing electric cables, did he mention people that steal government funds? Did he mention people that siphon funds? Did he also mention people that rig themselves to office? Did he mention that also in places where you say there are poverty, their leaders are not spending on frivolities? Did he mention that the more you want Nigerians to make the sacrifice, himself and other leaders should do so too? You can't tell a people that are suffering that, calm down guys, we are working. And every now and then, they see you guys are rapid about what benefits you. Evelyn, don't be shocked, in 2-3 weeks' time, you hear of a new presidential jet. Because the National Assembly felt, okay, so the one the president is currently using. And mind you, we have about 6 to 7 aircraft in the presidential fleet.
So they are 40.
They are 40. So what happens to selling some, using them to maintain others? What happens to them? And even as a nation, we are a poor nation. In reality, we have the resources to make us a rich nation, but we are poor. So what even warrant us for having fleets of presidential private jets? We have countries in the world that are very rich, more than us, and their president fly on commercial jets. But here we are, our leaders want to live every of the luxury, but they don't want to be responsible. So you are encouraging, you lead by example. That's just the simple truth. You want people to calm down, show them that, also, we as your leader, we are making sacrifices. But you are the one that mentioned, okay, you've banned foreign trips, okay, so we've reduced the number. You see how many people went for the ILO, International Labour Organization meeting? Over 200 or thereabout. You see how many people they took to the COP19 or which one did they go for last year? You've seen how many times the president traveled with more than 40 people in his entourage, including his 2 sons, traveling on the state fund. So, just saying people should calm down, people won't.
So you're saying that the president is not leading by example?
He's not leading in reality, he's not leading by example. I can go on and mention things that we've seen. We spend on unnecessary things. You've seen the last time he went to Lagos, a couple of times that he has gone to Lagos. You see in his convoy, close to, okay, so in addition to everybody that worked with him, say the governor came to welcome you, said all these things. What are we doing with close to 100, cars in a single, whatever for the president?
Convoy, yeah.
How many times have we stopped a whole lane because the president wants to pass? We're not in a military regime.
Lajeji, very quickly before we move on to other newspapers, why don't we first leave the messenger and focus on the message.
The issue now is even the messenger is not portraying his own message.
Yes, you have established that. But what Mr. President said, you know, can you just talk on what he said, the message he actually
What
said?
makes it more difficult, Evelyn, is that in this case, Nigeria...
Do you think that our values have dropped as a people? Do you think that the people should sacrifice more? Do you think that as it is now, people are not really patriotic as they should be?
Evelyn, you don't force patriotism on people. People becomes patriotic by what they see.
But this is the only country we have.
Of course, nobody is doubting that. Evelyn, someone that cannot feed and sees his or her political leaders, haven't you seen pictures of governor drinking whiskey that when people quantify the price, they say 8 million naira, 7 million naira. And you have people, workers, in the same state that holds. In a state whereby you are owing workers months of salaries, you are paying $720,000 for your children that have not even started school. How do you force patriotism on those people? You don't. So the value system, yes, it has dropped. Caused by who? By this same set of people. So if we want a change in this nation, if we want to change, our leaders need to change their attitude. Now, as I round up, Evelyn, we said we have bad roads. We have bad roads. The solution is to build the new roads, right? But our leaders went to buy new SUVs. They said that's what will solve their own problem. What gives the person that doesn't have money to buy SUV? What solution does he or she have? So this is one thing they should think about every time they are talking about, let's have the value system and let's be patriotic. You don't force these things on people. When people see a new sheriff in town and they see your attitude, they see that this man is leading by example, they will fall in line.
Okay, thank you so much, Ladeji. That will be all from Vanguard newspaper.
Right, we'll move straight to the Punch. The Punch newspaper. Rivers crisis. Corp killed as youths dislodge pro-Wike local government chairman. Youth dislodge pro-Wike local government chairman. With riders, Fubara made security chiefs once against arrest of his supporters. The governor is warning against the arrest of his supporters, and police take over 23 local government secretariats to forestall violence. And we've talked about that. We have the pictures of what happened at the popular Ohiolei Oba festival in Ijebuland. You have, men on horses and an array and display of colorful uniforms called Ashwebi.
It's always a colorful day.
Yeah, very, very colorful. And I think that festival is becoming like the cynosure of all eyes. People want to see what has happened. Beautiful attires, by the way, for men and women, families, clans represented.
Yeah.
And of course, you have the picture of the current governor, Mr. Kwabiodun, the former governor, Aremo Olusegun Oshoba, the king himself, and other gentlemen there. And the federal government seeks UNESCO recognition for Ohiolei Oba Festival. And I think this is one kind of festival that is well planned. Cholera, WHO, UNICEF hold emergency meeting. Experts warn corpus. Youth corps members, please take caution. Be careful where you are serving. Abducted Fuani MD, 3 Lebanese reunite with families. That's good news. Saraki Abdurazak trade words over Ilori Doba attendance. And $72 million diversion. Reps panel summons Ajib, NNPC, others. Federal government offers 17 new oil blocks for bidding, and revenue generating agencies owe federal government over 3 trillion naira. That's coming from FARC. Revenue generating agencies owe federal government over 3 trillion naira. FARC. Interesting. And Kano Emirate Senate denies alleged emergency rule. NBA probes lawyers. Let's just talk about something bright, and beautiful, and like a good news this morning. Ladeji, the Ohiolei Oba Festival held like 2 days ago or thereabout, and it was pomp, pageantry, beauty, cultural display at its best. And this is one festival that, all of a sudden, it has always been there, it transcends ages, but it was repackaged, and you now see it, and you want to, even if you are not from Ijebu land, you want to be kind of a bit jealous with what you are seeing.
Of course, yes. Ijebu people right from time have always carried their, their culture and traditions in very high esteem. And you could see, I saw former governor, who is now a senator, Daniel, right?
Yeah.
I was there yesterday. They have sessions of Olori and Womoba. You see all these people, see beauty.
Yeah.
You see the Yoruba attire, being one. Also, this Fuji musician who is the Olori Womoba killer of Ijebuland. K1, the ultimate. I saw him yesterday also in his beautiful Ofiregalia, and I felt like, oh, this is beautiful, and can I just travel to Ijebuland and maybe they'll welcome me with Ikokore or something. But it's a beautiful thing, and I think it's a signal to all other Yoruba, places and every other, tribes in Nigeria that carry your culture, carry your tradition in high esteem. You could, before you know it, you will see people trooping in to come and what are they really doing in this?
People are already doing that.
And
I know photographers all around the world
travel
plan their time to this. Everybody wants to showcase
for an event. And what do you have in return? Hoteliers around that time will make more money. Food sellers will make more money. It helps the state. And if the state is wise enough, why don't you look into that? It's tourism. And you can make more money from that angle. I think kudos to the organizers of that event. It's a beautiful one.
I think for the past 3, 4, 5 years, it has won a new look. Every clan, every family, they have their, traditional. Some the uniform will uniform. The same shoes, the same.
Will be very
corporate sponsorship. They have it as well. But then corporate individuals, corporate entities will only, want to be a part of something well structured, and maybe that's why we are seeing these results. And just like you said, they are more like a point of something that people point to say this is what we want our own to be like.
And the beauty of it also is that Ijebu people, irrespective of what you have become, come around. The biggest of their guys, goes back when you see the beautiful women of Ijebu also in that
Why
event.
did you have to say that in that tone? Beautiful.
You are not even from Ijebu.
I mean, it just shows that we all have something.
Of course, yes. We have something.
Make use of anything for revenue. Like, you said, it's going to really boost the economy within the in the few days or, a day that it actually happened. A very, very good one. We also have the Oshun here in Osun State.
Well, everybody has theirs. They have what they do in Edo State as well. Even though you are given a vibe of Angela Merkel on the program this morning. Thank you, Ladeji,
always a pleasure
for your time, because we just don't talk about the gloom, the doom. Let's talk about something beautiful as well. We'll go on this quick break, and when we come back, the conversation will start. It's the Morning Spring on Western Spring Television. Thank you for sticking with us. We'll be back.